Okay, I've done a few things. This is the XL90 spark arrest connector. I've decided to pull just the XL60 out of there. It had sparked a few times since I keep assembling and disassembling this, so I decided to go with this version, and when I connected the male and female together, there was no spark whatsoever. Another reason I did this, I needed a little bit bigger connection because I've literally taken two wires, positive and negative, off the connector. These will go to my step-down transformer for my cooling fan. Now, interestingly, I'll move this over here. I got this little device. In fact, it's been hooked up for a couple hours now. It reduces voltage from 100 volts down to 12 volts. Now, being our pack is 84, we're fine. No temperature here at all. Here's my fan going over here. Now, this has been going for a couple hours, and I occasionally will check the voltage to see if there's been any change. I'll see if I can put this up here. Everything's just kind of jerry-rigged together. And let me aim this down here. I started out at 81.4 volts 2 hours ago, and that's exactly what it reads now. So I think I'm going to hook up my fan just with an on-off switch. I did purchase a little unit that is a temperature, it's got a little temperature sensor here, and you can literally dial in pushing these little buttons to the degree you would want it to turn on. Here's our connection points, but it's just one more thing to break. It was pretty inexpensive, like $6. But being that we're not drawing that much voltage, again, I've went for 2 hours and it hasn't dropped a bit. The fan does not draw hardly any current at all. I'm just going to use an on-off switch that will, it's a flush mount that will go on the opposite shell where this electronic will go as well. It's nice, low profile, and it's just a little on-off switch, so it'll sit nice and flat, and I might as well keep my fan on all the time. But I would like the on-off switch so I can check to see just how much ventilation we're getting, if there is any temperature drop when I turn the switch on, which I would not be able to do if I had if I used this other sensor. So I'm getting really close to putting it back together. One more thing I decided not to do is I have pulled my data logger. I toyed with this, but being that it is mounted inside the shell up here, I didn't want to lose any ventilation, because my ventilation is going to be coming down through these little voids in the shell across the board. And it was actually also covering up some of the heat sink fins. So I'm going to get rid of that and just rely on the Gotway temperature on the app to see if it reduces when I turn the fan on and off. So we're getting real close to putting it back together. So that's all for now.